So it's a jail escape. Where have I seen that before? Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing tonight's episode of MacGyver. And just to keep you up to date, not only have they not undone the copyright strike against one of my videos, but now they've copyright struck another one, which means a grand total of 4 videos, 2 of which I've won the strike against, and 2 of which are currently pending, and one of them has almost 50 views on it. I know that's not a lot to a lot of YouTube viewers. That's not a lot to the big guys, but I've only got 20-something subscribers, and even that's relatively new. I've been holding in the teens, so that's a big deal to me. But away from that into last week's episode before we get to this week's, because last week I made a mistake. Yeah, it happens. And what happened is I said that in the old version Mac wasn't in the military. And I was wrong, because there was this episode where it was almost the exact same thing. Same guy, same bomb squad, everything. And I'd like to give a big shout out and a thank you to the guy that corrected me. So up here on the screen is that comment, because like I keep saying, I want to build a community, and no one of us is always going to be right. So I'd really like to thank him for pointing that out for me. So thank you, Dan Ware. Now, on to tonight's episode. And tonight's episode actually was a Riley episode that didn't have Riley in it that much, because it was really a lot of into her psyche, into what she had been through. And yeah, in reality, breaking out of prison isn't exactly a new idea, but I think Mac had some pretty ingenious ways of handling things. Let me just throw this up here so we can get into the weeds. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So Mac went to jail, and he did so in order to trick a convict into thinking he was escaping. And you know what? I knew right away as soon as he went in there that they were going to end up not being able to help him. All in all, it was a pretty good episode. I really liked the fact that, unlike many episodes of shows where people go to prison and they do the whole punch the biggest guy, yeah, you know what? I agree with what Riley said. Prisons are pretty cliquey. If you did that in a high school, think about what would happen if you hit the most popular kid. Everyone would hate you. So again, I kind of like that they thought that through. There were a couple other pretty good moments in there, but all in all, I think that what I want to get into is the MacGyverisms. I'm not sure if I'm even going to count the one at the beginning, making the circle of fire, but I am going to say that as soon as he started talking about the Archimedes named dog, I knew we were later in the episode going to have a this Archimedes, not that Archimedes joke, but I thought they were going to do the heat laser. Silly me. They did the fulcrum. Alright, so the very first one he did that was definitely a MacGyverism was building that little thing with the paperclip that was going to be able to unscrew the bolts. And I'll tell you from personal experience, that trick will work. I've seen it done in real life. I'll also tell you that it probably wouldn't work in a prison because those bolts would probably be locked. But hey, you know, that's a 50-50. Then we have the wet towel as a weapon. I've seen that before. Pretty good. I'm not quite sure if the powder he put in it would actually make it sting more or not, or if stinging is really a helpful thing. So that one I was a little, leery on. Now, blowing up the cell, that one I just call pure BS on. Yes, in theory, doing that would work. In practice, you have no way of measuring the gas and no way of safely doing it. So, that one really kind of irked me, especially because of how important it was in the episode. I'm not sure how the freezing stuff would work with the CO2 mixing with the alcohol in order to freeze the bars. I do know that if you have a cold enough substance, you could make those bars brittle, but I don't know if that really would work. On the other hand, building the ladder was brilliant, and using the fake fire escape trick to get down the walls, even more brilliant. In fact, I'm going to have to go with the fact that the whole jailbreak was excellently executed. The fact that he got found out wasn't too bad, although I do question the tapping out Jack's phone number in Morse code bit. Although I will say that that part will work, and that one, again, I actually have seen people do. Breaking into the back end to get to those lights will work. One last thing. I have an inhaler. I'll tell you right now, the straw trick will work too. So, that's 100% great MacGyverism. And all in all, the prison story and exactly what type of people end up in prison and how you have to be careful there was good. But the reactions Riley got remember the fact that Riley isn't the tough member of the team. So when MacGyver said at the end, "You did 2 years in there?" 6 days almost broke me. That's meaningful. That's character development, and once again, it makes this a Riley episode that Riley barely appeared in. However, the most important thing to talk about isn't my copyright strikes, isn't the MacGyverisms, isn't the character development, isn't the jokes. No, the most important thing to talk about are the coming attractions. Do I see Murdoch coming? Oh my god, Murdoch vs. MacGyver used to be some of my favorite episodes. So, now my question to you guys are, since I already got one comment, from someone who obviously was a fan of the original series, what original series concept do you most want to see in the new series? Murdoch would definitely have been my choice. And I get it next week, it looks like. So for now, I need you to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can grow this community, and then join me back here next time as we take a walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.